What's up guys, this is your host Rehan Manzoor. So in this episode we are going to look at post migrations in model. So we already set up the layout, so this project is hosted on the GitHub, so you can actually go here and you can check it out. And all the instructions are already here. You can actually go ahead and learn this project and play around with this. So yeah, we'll start by creating the post migration and then we'll set up the models and yeah. That's it. Let's go straight into this. Okay, so to create the migration, we actually have an artisan command. So we'll run page make migration. So this is the syntax that we usually follow: create post table. So it will create all the boilerplate for us. We don't have to write this. If we do it like this, create post table. So we can actually find the migration by PHP Storm search bar. So here in the post we will actually have two main columns. One will be title and the other will be content. So the article usually going to route here we can actually make it text, so it will have enough character space. And the next thing we are going to do, it will be a boolean. So is this is active or not? So is active mean like is it available for the public to view? And lastly we will actually associate it with a user. So for this actually we will add unsigned big integer user ID. So the reason is like this ID is basically an unsigned big integer. So to link this table with the user table, so we need to actually have it like this, otherwise there will start to complain and it will not create the foreign key. So lastly we will just add the foreign key here. So we'll just tell it user ID references ID on users. So here we're telling this user ID is actually reference ID column in the user table, so this should belong to that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and run the migration and see the table in the database. Okay, so we run the migration. We can actually go ahead and just refresh this database and we can actually look at the post model, post table here. So this post table here, our title, content is active, this is a boolean, this user ID and created and updated. So created and updated is actually worked by Laravel through this timestamps method, and this is also nice to have. And ID is auto increment integer. So yeah, that's it. Let's go ahead and create the model for this. So we can create this model using PHP artisan make model and we can name it post. So the post model will be created for us. Let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, so here first thing that you should always do is so mark a table name here with associated table name with the model, so you don't forget. You always have and it brings more readability as well. So if anyone else is working on your project, so he will know, okay, this is a post table that he need to look at. So and we will add the property as well so that our intelligence start to work. So there are one field ID and there are two mandatory field created it, updated it, and here we will actually have string title and string content, and boolean is active, and lastly integer user ID. Okay, so these ID and these columns are kind of mandatory column for each of us, so we'll keep them. There will be a space, we'll put a space in between there, so we know like, okay, these are the columns that we are interested in. So just one more thing to do, we need to actually link this table to the user, so we can access the post from the user, and similarly we can access the user from the post. So to link it, we actually use public function user. We'll write it like this, and we'll tell this that this post actually belongs to user class and via user ID, and on the user table we have the ID. So we'll go to the user and we'll do the similar thing here. So in the user table we want the post from the user, so we will write another accessor here, method function here, and we will name it post. So we'll mark it like this user can have many posts, so this is one-to-many relationship. Sorry about that. post clause, and so we'll tell it user ID is the foreign key and ID is the primary key. And also, like, now we can actually add it here like this. So we will always have the IntelliSense. Okay, so we can actually make it post, and also we can tell it like it will be collection or it will be post array. So in both cases we'll always get the IntelliSense. And similarly we can actually add this property here, that user. Okay, so by this property mean like once we will add the post, we will see it in action, so don't worry about it. And yeah, that's it for the model. So in this video we actually added first we added a migration. So you can actually create this migration by running PHP artisan make migration, and then you can add the blueprint of your table here, and then you can add the foreign keys here. Yeah, that's it for this video. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Cheers.